Hello there guys, and welcome back to a brand new Star Wars Hunters video. In today's video I'll be going over my first Hunter concept for you. If you've seen my Battlefront hero concepts then you'll know how these videos used to work. However, for Hunters they'll be a little bit different, so the way these videos will be structured is as follows. Firstly, I'll start off with a sentence or two on the potential background story of this Hunter, then I'll move on to what class I think the Hunter could be in. Then I'll go on to their weapon before finishing off with any abilities. As these characters are completely new to the Star Wars canon, then it's quite difficult to think too much into the cosmetics, so unlike the Battlefront concepts I won't go into too much detail, but I will probably talk about the potential outfit type that they might have. So today's Hunter concept is going to be centered around this Mon Calamari that can be seen in the training mode as a piece of graffiti. We know that there's a 10th Hunter being revealed at some point, however we don't know when that will be, and my best guess is that this Mon Calamari will be that 10th Hunter. Since they seemingly have training remotes as part of their arsenal, I think it would be pretty cool if this character was a mechanic of some kind prior to joining the arena. Now though, they utilise their knowledge to take advantage in battle. As many of you will know, Hunters has 3 classes in the game with damage, tank and support. Out of the 8 Hunters currently in the game, we only have one support character, which is Zaina, so I think it would make sense for this Mon Calamari to be a support character as well. Even though Zaina is a support character, I do like that she can hold her own, with her DL-44 dealing some pretty solid damage to enemies, and also her sticky bomb, which can be really good as well. So despite being a support character, she has a bit of damage class to her as well, which I think makes support characters more attractive to use. Certainly for me, that's the case. Much like Zaina then, I'd like to see this Mon Calamari have a bit of damage at the very least, with their weapon being some kind of makeshift pistol. A gun made from spare parts would then tie into their mechanical background really well, and I think it would be really cool to see. As for their abilities, you have 3 in the game, and in the graffiti you see 3 training remotes, so I think it would make sense to utilise these for the abilities. For one ability, I'd like to see the Mon Calamari chuck up a training remote that provides a shield to a nearby ally or yourself. This shield would act very much the same as the personal shield in Battlefront 2. This shield would provide you or your teammates some time to escape a potentially dangerous situation, or just give you a chance to get a bit more health back. The shield itself could potentially add an additional 100 health for example, but it would expire after 10 seconds. A module for it then could be that it doesn't have any health limit but it expires after 7 seconds, or it has less health but lasts longer. As for the second ability, the Mon Calamari could once again provide training remote assistance to an ally or themselves, but this time it's a health buff instead of a shield. Health can be administered in a number of ways, but since Zaina's backed bomb gives health instantly, I think it would be cool for this training remote to float around the player and give them health over time. Perhaps it could be a small instant boost at the start, but then it would act like Battlefront 2's Toughen Up ability from that point onwards for a short period of time. What I think would be cool is as their training remotes they'll be floating around the player and changing position quite a lot as they do in the films, and what this could mean is that the enemy team could potentially shoot the remotes down and ultimately stop them from working. It could be quite hard though as they're smaller, move quickly and very often, but if you do get them then that's part of the reward. Something like that would add a bit of depth to the abilities and I think it would be really interesting to see. The third ability would once again be another training remote, but this time I think it would be really cool if it simply went around shooting at the enemy team. Over time it could do quite a lot of damage, but it could also be shot down as well, so it may end up not doing an awful lot. Assuming it hasn't been destroyed, then after a certain period of time it would then be destroyed automatically. Something like this could be really useful for defending objectives and weakening targets. I think it provides a nice damage component to the Mon Calamari in what could otherwise be considered a really solid support role. Finally, we have the ultimate ability. With the Mon Calamari being a support role in this concept, you'd instantly go to a big health boost, but Zaina already has that with her ultimate, so I don't think we really need to see another one like that right away. Something I was thinking of though was that using their mechanical ability, the Mon Calamari could create some kind of super training remote that you actually get to pilot yourself. This super remote could essentially be 3 training remotes connected together in a triangle formation. Now you're probably wondering what else could you do besides firing. Well, I was thinking that you could just shoot at enemies in a tri-bolt configuration, so it does some pretty solid damage, as well as shooting your teammates with health stims. Obviously you couldn't shoot loads at them, but perhaps you have 3 stims that give 75 health per shot, and they recharge over time. I think it would be really cool if it had a bit of a mix of that support and damage roll through the ult, and I think it would be really fun to be able to actually pilot the remote as well. What this does mean however is that you'll be exposed, so an enemy could easily find you and kill you, thus ending your time in the remote if the timer hasn't ended already, so it's definitely one to be quite tactical with. As for the cosmetics, I think it's pretty clear that they'd be wearing a somewhat typical mechanics outfit, and then skins for that could just be the typical colour changes, and perhaps the higher rarity skins could add hats and helmets to them. As for the weapon skins, you'd be able to change the colour of your makeshift weapon, but I think it would actually be really cool if you could change the colour of your training remotes as well. The appearance in the graffiti could be the default skin, with other skins obviously changing their colour. The VR game Tales from the Galaxy's Edge introduces a ton of training remote skins, so it'd be really cool to see them come to Hunters. So guys, that is my Hunter concept for them on Calamari. Hopefully we'll get to hear more about them very soon, and no doubt I'm way off with the abilities, but it was definitely fun to speculate. Over the coming weeks and many months I will be doing more Hunter concepts for you, so if you did enjoy this one then be sure to subscribe to the channel with those notifications turned on so that you don't miss out on any more. That is everything from me today though. Let me know your thoughts on my concept in the comments below. Thank you all very much for watching, and may the force be with you always.